Hey, you guys, Jordan Claude James here. Call me Claude, please. Today we had a leg day, and we're fasting. So the energy isn't completely depleted. Somehow, we're not starving. Somehow, um, but I will say, if you sleep and the sleep isn't good, it's 10 times worse. For instance, I the night before, I might have got like 2 hours of sleep, woke up, and I felt like complete garbage all day. Today, this morning, I'm recording this audio. Didn't sleep at all. Didn't sleep a lick last night, and I feel fine. So, yeah, that's I guess that's my process for this 72-hour fast or starvation diet, whatever you want to call it. It's really resetting my I guess you can say it, resetting my physique, my mind, my body, and more than anything else, I think my energy. I don't plan on napping today. I don't plan on having any getting much rest. As soon as 12:30 hits, I'm probably gonna put up another video of my complete fast and how I felt, from hour 10 to hour 72. That was the complete trip for me. But anyways, we're going to talk about these squats and this leg day right now. So again, we just always want to emphasize and reiterate that when we are squatting, the bar path, we want that to be as straight as possible. We want that to be in line with our center of gravity, over our center of gravity as much as possible. I'm not trying to keep the bar over my hips. I'm not trying to keep the bar over my knees, over my toes. It's wherever my center of gravity is, wherever my power is, and that changes throughout the motion of the squat. So, and I see a lot of people use the Smith machines at this Planet Fitness, and that just that further just solidifies my theory that most people were never taught how to properly squat, because I see people with the bar in front of them completely just with the bar, with their feet out in front of them, completely just wrong. Completely just wrong. I mean, the power is all the way in front of them. The bar seems to be all the way behind them. And, I just can't explain how this is supposed to work. And that's usually what I see. And, I mean, this is the clear example of why this doesn't work is you couldn't do it on a barbell, with a barbell, like maybe even without any weight on it. Like you could not, yeah. I mean, you couldn't balance the weight like that. So, I mean, you know what? Good rule of thumb here, I guess, is that we want to keep the bar pretty much over our heels. That's the best I got for you, because I'm always pushing through either my heels or, I more recently, now that I'm squatting more often again, learned how to distribute the weight throughout my foot. So maybe it'll be more towards the middle of my foot than directly on the heel. And I've learned to do that for the sake of balance. It wasn't a great feeling to always feel the need to, especially when I was bodyweight squatting. It didn't happen so much when I had a barbell on my back. I think I knew better. Never fallen over with a barbell on my back, and knock on wood. But I've learned just to help me with balance, to help me stabilize the weight. I learned to distribute the weight throughout my foot, so I would say most of the weight that I handle is in between the middle of my foot and can shift depending on where I am in the movement. I do try to get my knees over my toes. I try to keep my back straight as possible, and I try to keep the bar path as straight as possible. Up and down, there should be no back and forth. There definitely should be no side to side. I was telling my little brother, actually, this is one of the heaviest weights I put on my back in quite some time. I was telling my little brother that I usually don't squat this heavy, but because one day we saw these guys in the gym, these kids, they must have been in high school, and yeah, they just fell over with the weight, and then you had weight sliding off on one side, weight sliding off the other side. They didn't have any clamps on, and if you're not, and maybe they could have actually lifted the weight they had on there. It looked like they had about 285 on the bar, but if you don't have, if you're not able to stabilize the weight and you can't, then you should definitely have clips on. If not, just lower the weight to something that you are comfortable with stabilizing. I mean, like these kids probably had about 285, 315 on the bar. Maybe I'm giving them too much. It was bumper, so it looked like probably more than it actually was. But anyways. Moving on, we got some leg curls, and when I squat, I like to hit leg curls. Just make sure that I'm not completely missing out on that hamstring activation, that back of the leg activation. It's something that I just like to make sure I'm not neglecting parts of my leg so that I can be, I guess, well-rounded is the word. Also, though, like, you don't want to neglect parts of your body, like opposite parts of your body, because it creates imbalances. And imbalances are the easiest way to get injured outside of competition, if you're just training, or the way you're stretching, or type of cardio you do. Like if you're focused on one side of your body, not the other side, whether that be front, back, or right, left, and you should always train both sides. So I know that the quads are emphasized more so when I do squats, so I try to emphasize the hamstrings afterwards, after a quad workout, after a squat set, so that I make sure that I'm not at jeopardy of pulling a hamstring while I'm doing cardio or something like that, or straining myself when I'm at work or something, moving furniture. So, yeah, that's about the video right there. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked what you heard, or don't, or dislike. Appreciate you. Peace.